The last section for 27-1 covers questions 8 and 9. Let's take a look. Consider the circle that has a diameter with endpoints of -1, 4 and 9, -2. Determine the midpoint of the diameter. What information does this give us about the circle? So I want to find the midpoint of this line. Now, midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. All right, well, that's going to be -1 plus 9 over 2, comma, 4 minus 2 over 2. That's 8 over 2, comma, 2 over 2. 4, 1. What does 4, 1 represent? If that's my diameter and I found the midpoint, that would be the center of my circle. Okay. Using one of the endpoints and the diameter of the diameter and the center of the circle, write the equation of the circle. Well, I can find radius square equals 4 plus 1, squared, plus 1 minus 9 squared. That's going to give me 5 squared plus -8 squared. That's 25 plus 64. I'm getting 89. Eight divided by 2. Just trying to do some math here, double check. So I got that the radius is equal to the square root of 89. So I'm getting the equation x minus 4 squared plus y minus 1, because that's my center, h and k, squared equals 89. Because remember, it's r squared. Well, r squared actually equaled 89. Using the other endpoint of the diameter and the center of the circle, write the equation of a circle. Well, let's take a look. We're going to have r squared equals, this time I'm going to use the other endpoint. So I'm going to do 4 minus 9 squared plus 1 plus 2 squared. I got -5 squared plus 3 squared. That's going to equal 25 plus 9 equals 36. Let's see what we did wrong here. That's where we went wrong right there. Let me get some white out real quick. I see what I did wrong here. I did 9 and I should have pulled in 4. So this should have been 1 minus 4. I thought it looked kind of strange that we would have a square root as my final answer. I apologize, guys. Let's go back and change that. So this should have said 1 minus 4 squared. That would have been negative 3 squared. So let's go fix that. Negative 3 to the second power is a positive 9. Sorry. 25 plus 9 equals 34. So this would have been the square root of 34. And here, this wouldn't have been 89. This would have been 34. Well, let's see what we got this time. Here, watch me still doing math mistakes here. 25 plus 9 is 34, not 36. Ooh, sorry. Here we go. Which I guess is good that I went back and I looked at this because r equals the square root of 34 in both of them. So my radius is the square root of 34. So here we're going to have x minus 4, because that's my h squared, plus y minus 1, that's my k squared, equals 34, because the square root of 34 to the second power is just 34. What do you notice about the responses to part B and C above? And what does this tell you about writing the equation of a circle given the endpoints of a diameter? I notice that they are the same. We would come to notice that the distance from center to endpoint is always equal. All right, let's take a look at number 9. Follow the steps below to write the equation of the circle that contains the following 3 points: -4, -1, 6, -1, and 6, 5. Graph the 3 points. That's the first step. Okay. Well, we've got -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, -1. So here's A. Okay. We've got 6, -1. So 2, 4, 6, -1. This is B. And 6, 5. That's going to be 2, 4. Here's C. It says, so I've graphed them, done that step. Draw chords AB and BC. So draw these chords. So draw this line segment. And draw BC. So draw this line segment. Okay, done. Graph the perpendicular bisectors of the chord. Perpendicular means that it's going to meet at a 90-degree angle. Bisector means that it's going to cut it into 2 equal pieces. Okay, well, this distance from here to here is 10, so halfway would be 5. Well, if this goes horizontal, the bisector perpendicular is going to be vertical. So perpendicular bisector is going to be here. Okay? This distance from here to here is 6. If this is vertical, perpendicular is going to be horizontal. So we're going to cut at 3. Something like that. Okay, so I've graphed the perpendicular bisectors of both chords. What are the coordinates of the center of the circle? The coordinates would be where the two perpendicular bisectors intersect. So this location right here, this is the center of the circle, which would be at 1, 2. One, 2. Write the equation of the circle using the center in any one of the given points, A, B, or C. Okay? So we're going to do x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared is going to equal my radius squared. It says I can use any of the 3 points. I'm actually going to do this using all 3 points just to show you that the equation should come out to the same each time. So let's start with point A here. Okay? So we're going to do -4 minus 1 squared plus -1 minus 2 squared equals r squared. That's going to be -5 to the second power plus -3 to the second power. 25 plus 9, r squared, so 34 equals my r squared. Okay. Let's try point B. Point B is 6 minus 1 squared plus -1 minus 2 squared equals r squared. That's going to be 5 squared plus -3 squared equals r squared. That's 25 and 9. So r squared equals 34. Let's try point C. We have 6 minus 1 squared plus 5 minus 2 squared equals r squared. That's going to be 5 squared plus 3 squared equals r squared. 25 and 9. So 34 equals r squared. So the equation that I got every single time was x minus 1 to the second power plus y minus 2 to the second power equals 34. On to the wrap up of this lesson.